Hi Pisces, welcome to your special Mercury Retrograde reading. This is a purely tarot reading to go into what Mercury Retrograde is going to ask you to revisit or bring back into your life. And the spotlight is of course on you Pisces, even though Mercury will shift back into Aquarius. It's short there, a stint, and this Mercury Retrograde is well and truly defined by your sign. So as Mercury rules your relationships and it's in your sign, it's asking you to really revisit the way that you romance. It's the way that you engage with others, the people you let into your life, the people you choose to let into your life, the people that come into your life. And with Mercury being retrograde, it could of course invite back past connections. People could reappear. And it could be for the best, it could be, well, it is for the best regardless of what happens. If it teaches you something new or if it rekindles a relationship, it's all pretty good. It is designed to show you what you need to know. So with that being said, Pisces, let's see what Mercury retrograde is in fact bringing you this time around. Page of Wands, the Chariot, the Six of Wands. The challenge is the Ace of Swords. Well, that makes sense. Communication. And what it's bringing you back with the Four of Swords. Underneath we have the Knight of Pentacles. So for sure, Pisces, let's just draw a couple more. Four of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Ah. I like this a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot because I think it is emphasizing, Pisces, that Mercury retrograde in your first house is going to really bring you a stronger sense of self. First and foremost. Now, let's get to the challenge first because I think that's the most important part of any Mercury retrograde, is seeing what part of of you is the part that needs to be revisited or reevaluated or changed. And for you, it's the Ace of Swords. For you, it's that clarity. For you, it's that decision-making process, that clear, clean-cut analysis on what it is that you will and will not accept in your life. And with the Ace of Swords, what it's telling me, Pisces, is that you are not forming strong enough boundaries. And we talked about this in the March reading. If you want to go look at that as well. It's the overall picture of March rather than just Mercury retrograde. But you need to establish pretty strong boundaries, particularly, Pisces, if you're dealing with a Cancerian or the earth signs, but also the fire signs. So kind of a full house nearly. With the Six of Wands in the positive position, it's suggesting to me, Pisces, that you have a lot of tools and a lot of skills that get revisited during Mercury retrograde that can make you very successful and, dare I say, make you really quite rich. But what it requires, Pisces, is an understanding that your nature, your sensitive nature that really absorbs a lot of this life, means you need to rest more. And I think Mercury retrograde is going to show you that in order to have the best, in order to have the most long-term, long-standing things, particularly if you're looking for a relationship that could last a lifetime, or you're looking for a job that is fulfilling but also pays the bills in a way that you feel very comfortable. Because life's expensive. If you're looking for these things, running yourself into the ground isn't actually going to work. Trying to be perfect isn't going to attract Mr. or Mrs. Right. Trying to work yourself into the ground isn't going to make you more productive and make your quality of work superior. What actually you need to learn during this Mercury retrograde, Pisces, is that you need a vacation. You need to work less. You need to take more rest. You need to spend time on your own. Sounds odd, doesn't it? It is your birthday season. Six of Wands, you will celebrate, you will have fun, particularly with the fire signs. You will have a good time, of course, and you will work towards your goals because you're getting very clear on what that is by revisiting where you've been a little bit lackluster in terms of your decision making. With the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and Death, and then the High Priestess. Ooh. Seeing what's going on underneath there with Pisces. Makes a lot of sense. Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Death, and the High Priestess. So your clairvoyancy and your psychic awareness is pretty high with Mercury being in retrograde in your sign. You're getting messages from the divine spiritually. You're getting a lot of downloads. You're having a lot of deja vu, a lot of strange synchronicities, and meeting people you feel like you've known forever, past life kind of feelings. Everything just seems to be working out in a way that is also almost like a story. Like everything is these threads that are part of the greater tapestry. With the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel at work you may have to defend yourself a little bit more than you'd like to, and you feel like you're being pushed beyond your limits. It's because you're a creative Pisces person, you're very special, but you need to know where your spark actually is. And with Judgment here, again, we've got March reading vibes. You're going to have some very strong feelings about what it is that you should and shouldn't take from other people. And it would do well, Pisces, for you to stand up for yourself a bit more. And any decisions made need to be made after a good night's sleep. Now, in terms of romance, because Mercury does rule your partnership sector, if you have a significant person that you have in the past that is an earth sign, I think there's a very strong chance that you're going to hear from that person again. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, I think that even if there have been cross words and you've not parted on good terms, I think there seems to be a communication coming in some way in order to rehash things. Possibly also from a Scorpio or from a fellow Pisces. I think the earth signs come up most strongly. But I think that if it is an earth sign that took from you repeatedly and never gave anything back or treated you like an option or made you feel like you had to compete unnecessarily for their attention, I think you will probably be prepared to wait it out for someone who's a little bit more King of Pentacles than Knight of Pentacles, don't you think? Because you're focused on bigger and better things and you're weighing up your options. You're tired of being an option. You're tired of being deceived. You're finally healing that side of yourself. Just by accepting that you're enough as you are. And that being in positions where you feel like you have to compete are toxic and you're not about that life anymore. In case you wanted to know, 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, Temperance, the Hanged Woman, the 9 of Wands, the Devil, and the 9 of Pentacles. If you're dealing with Capricorns that are making you feel like you're just quite simply not enough, you could do nothing, but if I were you, I would probably tell them where to go. They will be back when they got off their high horse. Oh yes, they will. Let's look at an animal spirit card. Firefly. There's a blink and you miss it kind of energy coming up with you, Pisces, in this Mercury retrograde. I think it's going to reunite you with a spark that you have within yourself that can really bring great success. And with it being occurring in your first house of self, you are really looking at who you are and what you contribute and what you can do. When we go into Aries season, you will be very focused on your money and very focused on providing for yourself a life that makes you feel comfortable and secure and can bring you to places and experiences that will expand your life rather than relying on someone to bring you that romantic excitement. Because you've been going in the wrong direction romantically for quite a few years now, and it's not necessarily even your fault. It is actually to do with Neptune and people that choose you. And I think you're going to find yourself coming out of this Mercury retrograde with a better idea of who it is that would actually be better for you. And I think for a lot of Pisces, the choice is this King of Pentacles. Being the CEO your parents wanted you to marry. Being completely in love with the life that you're creating rather than falling in love with somebody else who's unsuitable because it provides a quick fix. There's no more quick fixes for Pisces. Very appropriate. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. An awakening. Energetic upgrades. A new way of being. Integration. Ironic that Mercury retrograde is bringing you a new way of being, isn't it? But in your first house, that was always going to be the case. It's time to evaluate who you really are and what it is that you can really provide for yourself in this lifetime, Pisces. And big clue, it's a lot better than you think. You can do a lot more than you think you can. You're having an awakening, so you'll see it by the time we get into Aries season. Venus in Taurus, you can talk just about anybody into anything. With Mercury retrograde, what it's asking you to do is reevaluate just how much you can make these dreams provide for you. So I hope you enjoyed that Mercury retrograde special, Pisces. It is a very, very interesting time to have Mercury retrograding in your first house. I'm a Piscean ascendant, so I feel this very much so. But just bear in mind, there is a special quality to you guys that you need to embrace rather than regard as a weakness or a susceptibility to certain things. Sure, you do have a susceptibility to certain vices, but it would be worth making that vice for Mercury retrograde rest. You know, sleep more so you can do better. Look after your health first and foremost. You were not designed to come onto this planet to be run into the ground by men in suits. That's all I'm going to say to you. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next set of readings. Bye, Pisces.